Unit rates and ratios of fractions dos. Alright, this problem is a little bit different than what we just did. Let me read it to you. If 3/4 of a pound of candy costs $1.50, how much would 5 pounds of candy cost? Well, there's two ways that you could solve this. The easy way and the hard way. Let me show you the hard way, because this is one that most people, when they see this, they're like, oh, this makes more sense to do it like this. So here's method one. Method one. I don't like this one. You can do whatever you want to, though. One would say find the unit rate. Find the unit rate, which is the cost per pound. Cost per pound. You don't have to write this down, by the way, unless you like this method. Then you can go back and write it down. And then, so I should say, and multiply by 3. Or actually, by 5 here, because there's 5 pounds of candy. Okay? So, if I wanted to find out the unit rate, I'm looking for the cost per pound. So I would take the cost, $1.50, and I would divide by pounds. In this case, I have 3/4. Now, I know some of you are looking at this going, whoa, hold on there, Mr. Jones. You got a decimal in a fraction. Well, that's really complex now, isn't it? That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. This is equal to 1.5 divided by 3/4. Remember, the same thing is over 1, which is equal to 1.5 or $1.50 times 4/3. Now, at this point, if you wanted to use your calculators, I'd be perfectly okay with it. 4 times $1.50, though, is 6/3. Oh, look it's 2. It's $2 per pound. Now that you have your unit rate, you would take $2 per pound times the number of pounds that you're going to buy, and you would see it would be $10 for your purchase. Yes? Cool. Now, the other way, I like this one better, is to use a table. This is method 2. This is a table. When you're setting up the table, it doesn't matter how you set it up. So I have cost and I have weight. And this is it's a mini table. Now I'm going to take the information that I have. I have $1.50 and I have 3/4. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the number in the first column and divide by the number in the second column. So I'm going to take 1.5 divided by 3/4, which is what we just did. 1.5 times 4/3, and this is equal to 6/3, or 2. So in other words, if I go this way in my table, I would divide by 2. If I go this way in my table, I would do the opposite. I would multiply by 2. So then what am I trying to figure out? For 5 pounds, so I put in 5 here. This little cheat sheet on the bottom says I multiply by 2. That means that this would be 10. What's nice is if you're trying to figure out multiple answers. So say I had another one here. I spent $20 on candy. How much did I buy? Well, this thing says divide by 2. And you say, oh, I bought 10 pounds. It's really great when you have to fill in a table and you have to find multiple answers. I like it better than the other one. Anyway, let's move on. Andrea has a recipe that needs 5/4 teaspoon of cream for every 2 cups of milk. If Andrea increases the amount of milk to 8 cups of milk, how many teaspoons of cream are needed? Now, oh no, there's a problem here with Andrea. She has no face. Let me fix. There. Now, Andrea's happier. She's got her face. And now she's smiling. Okay. So anyway, what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video, and I want you to try and figure out the answer to this one. Pause it. You're not pausing. Okay, I am going to use a table because I like tables. All right, I'm going to put in here cream and milk because those are the two things. And then cream, I had 5/4, which is kind of funny. It's written like that because that's just 1 1/4. And I had 2 cups of milk. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, all right, well, I'm going to divide going this way. So I'm going to take 5/4 divided by 2, same as 2 over 1. This is equal to 5/4 times 1 over 2, which is 5/8. So going this way, I divide by 5/8. Going this way, I multiply by 5/8. So the next thing that I have from my question here is 8 cups. So that means to go and find the cream, I would take 8. My little cheat thing says going this way, I multiply by 5/8. So 8 times 5/8. This is the same as 8 over 1. These cross simplify, and I have 5 over 1, or just 5. So it would be 5 teaspoons of cream if it was 8 cups of milk. Now, one of the things I told you, it doesn't matter how you set up the table. I just want to prove it to you. I'm going to set it up the other way around to show you that it works. So let me come over here and say milk and cream. So now it's in reverse of the previous one that I just did. In fact, something very interesting is going to happen. You will see. All right, so here what I do is take 2 divided by 5/4. So 2 divided by 5/4 is the same as 2 over 1. This is 2 over 1 times 4 over 5. And I end up with 8 over 5. Oh, man, look at that. So if I go this way, I divide by 8 over 5. If I go this way, I multiply by 8 over 5. It's the reciprocal of this one over here. So what I was given, again, was 8. So according to this, if I want to go to the right, I would divide by 8/5. So I'm kind of running out of room here. Sorry if this looks sloppy. So I have 8 divided by 8/5. This is the same as 8 over 1, which is equal to 8 over 1 times 5/8. Cross simplify, 1, 1. And what do you get? 5 over 1, it's equal to 5. That's exactly what we said over here. Because it works. The point is you're looking for a constant value. Oh, remember that constant value? Now, it doesn't matter how you set it up as long as you follow your rule. So if I set it up like this one, and I'm going from left to right, I'm dividing by 8/5. If I'm going from right to left, I multiply by 8/5. If I go by this table here, then I go from left to right, I divide by 5/8. If I'm going from right to left, I multiply by 5/8. It doesn't matter. You just got to follow whatever it is that you set up. Okay? Goodbye.